So as you can see, for the sprint, I've managed to create a working movement system for the Centipede, including as many body segments as I would like to put on there. And as you'll see in just a moment, it also works effectively with locking the Centipede into the player area. How I've done this is I've created a system of cops that are created and recycled through their factory that are created by the head. So when creating the Centipede in total here, I create the segment to create the head, then add segments to it, creating a forward cop for each of the segments, just so the Centipede will all move together to begin with. And then when the head reaches the position of the cop associated with it, it then checks forward to see what it needs to do next. Whether it should turn or continue moving forward, and creates a cop that does that specific thing. Once the Centipede reaches into the player area, it will check every time it needs to turn to see if it's reached the borders of the player area. If it does, it will reverse the turn direction from turn up to turn down, or vice versa. As you probably noticed in the Centipede game, the rotation isn't exactly perfect. I'm still dealing with the numbers here and the mathematics for getting it to work out, but it's good enough for this sprint, I think. Another thing I didn't exactly mention is how exactly the cops work. Essentially, they just, in their update, pull the Centipede towards them. Then once they are close enough to the position of the cop, then they'll tell the Centipede part that their move is complete, and they'll try to move to the next Centipede part in line. That moving to the next part in line here gets the pointer of the Centipede part following the current Centipede part. If that part is null, then the cop is destroyed and recycled through the factory. The move complete method is different for both heads and centipedes, both heads and segments. The head will check forward when its move is complete in order to continue moving the entire Centipede forward, and the segment here will only check to see if it needs to reverse the direction after it's finished with a turn. The Centipede part has the common code, which is to set the Centipede part's position back to grid perfect alignment, because of the margin of error that I have in checking to see where the part is in relation to the cop. The parts would quickly get out of alignment and not work pixel perfectly. So every part resets its position ever so slightly so that it stays on target with the grid.